What's going on, YouTube? Real quick, I just, one thing that always gets on my nerves is I always see, you always see older people, um, you know, who say, or sometimes you see it from younger people who say, like, get the money now, and then, that spiritual knowledge, that spiritual wisdom will come later. Like, and I just, that's just not true, man. That's just not true. And I understand where it comes from. It comes from a place where people who did a lot when they were younger, right? So they prime example, like, and this is extreme cases, right? Like, not everybody makes it out, like, and it's always funny because it comes from the people who make it out, then they say it. So let me break it down. A person who goes through a traumatic childhood, was running around in the streets, doing a lot of stuff, right? Making money, maybe selling drugs or something like that, doing all sorts of things. You always see it from, like, either older white, older black dudes who did some crazy stuff. And then they go, the only reason they're able to get to the place to be like, man, they got this knowledge now. They're like, man, I wish I had this knowledge when I was younger. Yeah, because if you had this knowledge when you was younger, you wouldn't have been running around. You wouldn't have been in the streets. You wouldn't even had this money that you would have had. So it's kind of tough. It's tough when people say that because it's coming from a place of almost extreme, like, luck, right? Like prime example, like, my parents, like, they never, they don't have this knowledge. They don't have this knowledge, right? And they older, they went through it all, and they still don't have this knowledge. So then it's just too late for them. And people act like there's no such thing as, and that's another thing that, in this community, people act like there's no such thing as too late. Yes, it is. Some relationships might be broken because you got to remember, you're coming from a different POV now, right? Like, just because now you might be healed, what if that person didn't heal? What if what you did to that person made them go in a different direction and they didn't heal, and now they don't ever want anything to do with you ever, right? They still associating that with, they never leveled up and forgave you. You know what I mean? There's too many moving pieces and parts to, getting to this place. And I think that damaging phrase of just get your money and then get this knowledge later, like, if you had the knowledge when you were younger, you would be able to avoid all these situations and things that you were doing, right? Like, I had the knowledge when I was younger, and it put me in positions where I always knew what I was doing. I was so hyper aware, like, man, I shouldn't go here. Man, I shouldn't go there. And then I wouldn't, or I would, right? And then something would happen, right? And I'd be like, I knew this was going to happen. And you could always be like, oh, well, you made it happen. No, you know. Like, if you really tapped in, Come on, you're not dumb. When you young and you dumb and you're doing stuff, like, something's going to happen. You're not dumb, right? But if you have this knowledge when you're younger, it will prevent you from getting money, because then you know that you don't want to do X amount of things to get the money, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But then that means every experience that you're having is a real experience, right? When I look back, is everything necessarily a real experience? Same with my parents. Was everything real, or were they aligning with something that didn't even suit them, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like we, I just heard a weird noise, and I'm like, look, the ghost coming out. My house been, I know it's a random tangent. Look, the ghost throwing my whole video off. Damn. But anyway, we're going to get back to the point. All right. So what I'm trying to say is, we always talk about aligning with the personality, right? We talk about aligning with the personality and how you use it to get stuff, right? So if you're young and you go, I'm good looking, right? Female, male, you go, I'm good looking. I'm about to go to this party. I'm going to try to go get laid. I'm about to do these drugs. I'm about to do this X situation. And that puts you in a situation. And then but are you doing it? Are you in control is what I'm saying. Like, or are you aligning with your identity to put yourself in those situations? is what I'm trying to say. And then you got to take a step back, and then that puts you in a situation, and like these older people that are able to sit back and look, and think about their past experiences, they go, damn, man, that was crazy. I can't believe I got out of that and this and this. And they go, and then they realize too, and it's always so funny because the older people always go, I'm not friends with none of them people no more now that I got my life together. Duh. Because they was parasites to begin with. They wasn't even really for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, none of that was real in the first place if you were really in tune with yourself. But then that's the problem though. Especially with this society, we're so fucked up and we're so backwards that we want to be involved in everything because you feel like if you're not involved, then you're not doing nothing. We have this view of like doing doing nothing means you're not going nowhere, but like leveling up in like the spiritual, or just consciousness, right, is almost like you go sideways. You move sideways to level up. It's literally Mario out here. It really is. Like if you really think about it, like you go sideways through the levels, and then you go through something that takes you to the next level up, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you move forward, a lot of the times when you move forward, right, and I'm talking about when we do these experiences such as going to these places, and if they're not real, now you're putting yourself in danger, and then they set you back. Now that sets you, look, take two steps, what do they say? Takes 2 steps forwards, whatever, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back, right? That's literally what it is. I'm thinking about prime example, like I don't have many experiences. I mean, I do, but like, I'm trying to think off top, like just like an example of like, just a prime example, like, just going out, right? Oh, prime example, I'll speak on a friend. He's gonna watch this video and he's like, damn, you put my business out there, but it doesn't matter. He knows. And it's not like I'm saying his name, but like him going out, smoking, doing whatever, and then he get arrested, and then he come back, and it's like, bro, I was just trying to go out, meet some people, do whatever, and then now I'm arrested. Now it's 2 steps back. But when you really sit, right, when you really sit and work on yourself, it might not feel like you're going nowhere, but you're moving in this direction. Like I said, you're moving sideways in a sense because you're getting out the way of yourself, right? So then you're moving side. And then when you finally hit that awareness, right, that next awareness of what you need to be doing, whether it be, I need to do some breath work, I need to do fasting, and I get into deeper in myself, and then I unlock some creative potential, or I want to start X thing, right? And then you tap into that, and then it takes you to a new place, and then that opens up a new world for you. The next thing you know, boom, you just leveled up. But that leveling up had to make you had to sit down though. You had to sit down. Sometimes you can't, like, you have to work on yourself to be able to go out first, right? It's just like when a girl or a dude, you got to get showered up, get all cleaned up to go out to then present yourself. It's the same way, but with spiritually, you got to do all that inner work, and then whatever you tap into, then you can express that outwardly, right? So I know I went on this long tangent, but I'm just saying, like, it's just so easy for people to say, like, oh, get the money now. No, it's not easy to get the money now, man. Half this stuff, like, what's the point of having money if you don't got time, right? What's the point of having money if you don't have time? Like, I know people who, like, prime example, my last relationship, she was making a lot of money, and it was like, but she had no time to spend it or do nothing. So what's the point? What is the point of having the money if you can't use it? You know what I'm saying? What is the point? And I think, and that's another reality people don't even want to get to, because then they go, damn, then what? I don't even want to do this because I can't spend the money. Like, bro, I make the money I make doing my teaching, but and I always tell you, like, I love going to the school. Like, I imagine if I had a bunch of, like, if I had 30 versions of me at the school, oh my God, I would love coming to work every day. I would be laughing, hollering, having fun, getting through the day with ease. But since there's only one of me that I can there's another dude I met, but he's so far down the hall, like, I can never really see him, but like, where we can chop it up and laugh and, like, make fun of students and stuff like that, that's where it's fun. But, like, I have a good time, and I don't make as much as other people. Yeah, I might not ever see 6 figures, but get this, if I know when I go to the day, and the kids fuck with me and we laugh and I'm having fun with them and I'm able to get through my day like easy, like I have no problems. Like that. You know, what's the point of having money if you don't have time? And what's the point of having money? And hold on. And what's the point of spending your time if it's not worth the money? Right? And I think that's just the point. So it's like, I'd rather you struggle, get through that grind of like, what do I want to do? Tap in with myself, learn everything you need to learn, then go and figure out the money, because then you know what's true to you, what's really going to be reflecting you. Because I'm telling you, man, not every situation is going to reflect you, and what or not every situation is going to reflect you, but not every opportunity is necessarily good just because you want to get this money, and then that comes with bigger drawbacks, right? Like I'm speaking on my dad, right? So my dad, he's making good money, but now he has to take what came with him chasing the money is why he doesn't have a good relationship with anyone around him. You know what I'm saying? Like like, and that's why I said like now he's trying to tap in, but it's you've cut that chain and severed the connection so bad with everyone that it's just you isolated. Like it's not, I'm not saying it's over for him, but it's good. I don't know. It might be. It really might, and it's sad to say that because now he's at a point. Like I remember, I'm getting deep on this, but like I remember my dad's intestines flipped just randomly. And I'm like, yo, dude, you have so much bad karma from fucking people over. I told him this straight out, man. I was like, yo, you have so much bad karma from fucking over people all your life that your body's flipping inside out. His leg was like rotten, just rotting. Just they were like, yo, this I've never seen. Like you're in great shape and everything, and your legs just rotting. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how crazy that is? The ghost's making noise, by the way. I'm like, yo. But I'm saying though, it comes with bigger losses. Like you can only do so much without it coming back. And we always look at it financially. That's what we always look at, like financially, like, oh, well, they're down bad because of what they did. No, it could be health. It could be spiritually. Like the connections might be severed because of how and what you did throughout your life. My connections with people are always good, no matter where I go. One thing about me, like I will never, ever have to fight in my life. Never. I've never had to fight because a person like me you come around me, you instantly feel the connection, you instantly feel the aura, and you already know that I mean well, and I'm good, and I'm gonna do right by you, right? And then the person I am, when you get to know me, you go, I don't even want to do bad by this person, because I had a person tell me the other day, they were like, yo, you're the one person I would never want to see like flip, because you are so like, you're so giving and kind, and like you don't even give up on people, that I bet you the minute you flip it, it's just done. And I was like, you're not wrong. And I said, but people know that, and then they don't want to see that side. But I say all that, damn, it's a long video. I didn't even mean to do all this. Sometimes I just hit the start button and just go, you know what I mean? I really can talk for a living. But all I'm trying to say is, man, really, you really want to have true experiences and live a true life. But a lot of people are caught up in this, whatever, like thinking that all money is good money. And no, it's not. It's not. Not all good money is good money. And then with that comes bigger drawbacks, right? Like I said, like I said, man, you make more money. Now you have less connections with people, or the stakes are higher now, you know what I mean? And then you're just looking at life almost like in a turtle in a crab shell, right? Like you're in a shell, like you're almost in defense mode, because you're like, I can't lose this. I can't lose this. So like everything is like, you're viewing life now as like threats, right? That's why I said turtle in the shell. Like you can't even, like, I gotta just stay in my shell because everything's a threat around me. Like, and that's what's going to happen. But then when you like your time, you don't care about the money you're earning, because the time you're spending, is good, and you're getting something out of it, right? So then you're feeling filled, and then you never have to worry. But when you're spending all this time on a job that is not refilling your energy, and then you have no money, you have all this money but you can't spend because you don't got the time, you're dead. All right. That's it. Have a good weekend. It's Saturday. I know I was going to put a fast update, but I didn't start the fast because I'm bitching. But starting to fast. No worries. All right. We'll give it a little update. But love y'all. Have a good weekend.